Warriors, welcome. As you can see, we are out in nature. This is my favorite place to be. I'm feeling the good vibes of these trees. I'm feeling the good vibes of the creek out here. And you know what, guys? We're in this lockdown together, and this lockdown has provided us with a ton of clarity. If we are open to gaining that clarity, it can show us so many things that we normally wouldn't have seen prior to the lockdown. And today, what I want to do is I want to present to you some of those things because it's not all negative. Okay, there are a ton of positives. There's a lot of awakenings going on in the world right now, and it's a beautiful thing. The first thing that this lockdown has proved to us is that being in survival mode isn't always a bad thing, okay? Because there are people out there that are anxious and they're experiencing anxiety, and they always place a negative association to feeling anxious. Now, I can understand if it's chronic, okay? I've been in that place of chronic anxiety, experiencing an anxiety disorder. But our freedom lies in our abilities to reassociate a new meaning to what we're feeling. Very, very important. And let me tell you something. Sometimes when you're in survival mode, the world opens up to you. You start to do things. You start to take actions that you normally in a passive state wouldn't take. So it's not always bad to be in survival mode. There are times when you need that emotional burst, that adrenaline, to see things clearly and to take action. Okay? And there are times when you don't need it. So it's not always bad to be in that state. Let's understand that. Let's stop beating ourselves up so much. The second thing that this lockdown is proving to us is the importance of connection. Before this lockdown, we were connecting with people and we were taking it for granted, weren't we? A little hug here, a little quick conversation there. Now we realize that being disconnected from other people doesn't just affect us psychologically, but biologically as well. We feel it in our body, and we will never take it for granted again. Never, ever, ever. The importance of connection goes far and beyond just our evolutionary beings. Being a part of a tribe, making sure that that positive energy circulates between us. We will never take it for granted again. Number 3 thing that this lockdown is teaching us is the appreciation for the little things. Just the little things. Because the advertising, the marketing, the social media, the news, all that pretty much garbage, right? I mean, if you're educating yourself, that's one thing, right? But if you're caught up and it's causing you to be in a survival state all the time and being more materialistic, it's not a good thing. So now we're recognizing the importance of the little things, the ideas that, oh my God, I have a roof over my head. Oh my goodness, I get to go for a walk. I get to feel free. I get to be with people. I get to have clothes on my back. I get to eat food, healthy food. I get to drink the water. During this lockdown, we realize how important it is to focus on what we have, the little things that we have, rather than the things that we don't have. No longer, as a society, will we be shooting for happiness through a bigger house or a more expensive car or the latest pair of shoes that came out? Simplicity. The fourth thing that this lockdown is teaching us is how far we've drifted away from our true ways. You notice that? Notice how artificial as a personality you've become. Waking up in the morning, going to work, trying to please other people all the time, right? Putting up this persona like, oh, everything's fine, don't worry about me, right? And you never were able to express yourself, and now you just don't care anymore. It's like, I'm going to speak what I feel, right? I'm going to take care of myself better. And I'm recognizing these things now. And I've also recognized that I've really drifted away from my true ways, my true identity, my divine nature, right? This loving, connected being. So it's proved to us how far we've drifted from who we truly are. The next thing that this lockdown has taught us is how important repetition is in healing. When we were caught up, the 9 to 5, okay, and the constant perfectionism and the self-sabotage and the self-punishment that we experienced each and every day, when we were caught up that way, we would do something small for ourselves and hope that the entire big picture would just go away. All the negatives, all the traumas, all the labels, all those things would just poof, go away. And when they didn't go away based on the supplement we took, the meditation we did, or whatever it may be, we got frustrated and we started giving up on ourselves and the tools. But now we understand how important repetition is. This subconscious mind will shift its perceptions and the meaning of things when it recognizes that you are putting in the effort to change. And when I mean putting in the effort, it's repeated action, repeated action. And instead of focusing on the outcome, oh my God, I did this thing and I didn't feel better right away, you're focusing more on long term. This is going to help me so very much 1 year down the road. Look at these habits. Instead of being on the TV and being brainwashed every single day, I'm meditating. I'm doing all these good things for me, right? And I know I'm on the right path. So now we understand the importance of repetition in healing. The next thing is the importance of nature. We've taken it for granted. Little walk, and all we're ever doing when we're caught up and we're in survival mode is we got our phones and we're taking the selfies, right? We're trying to please other people. We're trying to gain happiness by other people's likes. How many friends did I get? All that garbage. Garbage. But now we understand the importance of connecting with nature. Connecting with nature. Nature, everything in nature has an aura to it, has an energy to it. It is one of those things that can pretty much heal anything. Grounding work has proved that, for example. So now we understand the importance of nature, whereas before we were caught up. The next thing is to be gentler on others. You realize this now, don't you? We were so hard on other people. Sometimes we'd be driving to work, someone would cut us off, we'd give them the finger, we'd yell in our car, right? And our entire day or our week would be ruined based on that one experience. But now we stop and think, oh my goodness, that person could be going through something that I don't recognize in this moment. Maybe that person right there cut me off because his wife's about to go into labor. Who knows? Whatever the perception is, it doesn't matter. What's really, really important, windy day. What's really, really important is this. Take on the perception that makes your life better. What perception makes your life better in this moment? That way, we can be gentler on others and therefore gentler on ourselves. Number 8 thing that this lockdown has taught us is to question more than what we see and hear. So, when something occurs on the outside and we get a feeling, many times we're like, yes, that feeling is true. That's the decision that I'm going to make based on this situation. But the truth is this. You must take a step back when you get emotional. If you don't, you will be a slave to being excitable. So what we've learned is that we cannot just trust everything that we see and hear. We have to take a step back and go, you know what? This emotion is not right. This feeling in my body is not right. That is not the decision that I want to make right now. I'll give you an example. You go to the grocery store, you look at those bags of chips, and you're going, oh my goodness, oh, it's going to be a fun party night. Well, let me tell you something. That party night is lessening the quality of your life, and it's also limiting the time that you're going to be on planet Earth. Is that what you want? I don't think so. You want to live a healthy and long life. So when you get that initial feeling, you question it and you think more long term. This is the key to freedom. Number 9 is the importance of slowing our lives down, right? You recognize that now, right? How quickly were you going before? Oh my goodness, I had to go from there, A to B to C to D to E, right? I had to please that person, I had to take care of that job, whatever it is. You realize that you were never present, never present. And simply the act of slowing down brings you back to the present moment so that your conscious mind can also have a say in what's taking place. If your conscious mind doesn't have a say, then you're not building the skill of thinking. All you're doing is reacting. And if you live in a reactive world, then the world is creating your identity for you. You're not creating your identity, the world's doing it for you. That's not what we want. So the act of slowing down throughout the day is very, very crucial. And finally, this lockdown has taught us the importance of letting go of control. We don't have to be in control of everything. In fact, we can have faith in the things that we don't have control over. I challenge you today to make a list of things that you're trying to control that you have little to no control over, and the things that you actually have control over, like your perceptions, your actions, your verbal language with other people. This is where your attention should be going. Warrior, listen. This lockdown has showed us that when one door closes, another door opens. All you have to do is be open to that idea. Today's video will provide you with insight. You can take this insight and make your life better and join this worldwide awakening that is happening right now. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful day. Remember that you are more than anxiety. In fact, you are much more than anxiety. And if you have any other questions on any of the #1 anxiety recovery programs available today, head on over to this website right here. Love you all.